few few ideas. I don't know the one I shared. I did not enter them in the Excel sheet yet. But you know
Oh,
what? The other two that I have, and I'm so hopeful about these ideas. That would be the whole different new thing that AMC can start, and that will bring additional income to us. And I would definitely like to do the deep dive on these ideas because I think if we can do this, that would be so awesome. Okay, instead of creating a suspense, let me share the idea. Uh, okay, so the first idea is you know how we have Airbnb, right?
yeah.
So, if we get in touch with Airbnb, actually, they are not doing it right now. Nobody is doing it, right? But it's our idea, it's in our mind, so we have to get in touch with them. But Airbnb can do the presentation, right, for every single house they have in a different state. So let's say Pennsylvania, right? So all the houses they have currently for giving it for rent to tourists, they can do the presentation for PA, right? And which will include all the different houses in PA, and that will be played at AMC Theater, just like a presentation where it would be like a virtual tour, right? So it will be showing all the rooms and how the kitchen is and etc. etc. But they can create a video. They can have the details of like, okay, this would cost you this much for 1 day, 2 day, 5 day, whatever it is. And after that, like all the details would be there. And there would be a code which would give you like 5% off or whatever. And which would be like AMC something something. So, that way, when somebody is using that code, um, Airbnb will know like, okay, these people are coming from AMC, and that will help them so much, because let's say if I'm going to any other state and I want to look for any place to rent, instead of going through individual search result in on my laptop, I would definitely prefer to go to theater on the big screen, and I would love to do that virtual tour. And at the end, yeah, I would see like how much it would cost, and then the reference number, and then the code. So it can go like, let's say if it has 50 houses, it will just keep going one by one by one by one. So I can, I mean, either I can have pen and paper to write down that particular reference number, or I can have next level, where I can press some button on my seat whenever I like anything, and it will save it for me as a result. So like after the whole presentation, when I'm done, each seat number would have their history when they press the button, and they'll be able to see all on like look up all those reference numbers. So like we have so many states, right? So if it is like one presentation for PA, one presentation for Florida, New Jersey, everywhere, one presentation for each state, and they can play it on the different days at AMC Theater. And as a customer for us, we will just look up on AMC like, okay, you know what? Today they are showing Florida. So yeah, I'm not going there. But when are they showing PA? I see that and like, boom, okay, let me buy the ticket. So, they will make money from ticket. We will make money from food, and customer will be able to review all those houses without like searching through them and get all the details on the big screen. So, it's a win-win-win.
Okay. I want to add to this, but I just want to make sure I'm getting it all down correct. Interactive activities, presentation, data mining. What else was that? All right, so far I got Airbnb partnership, virtual tour presentations of local homes, discount code from AMC specifically. If there is a purchase, and interactive activities during the presentation for data mining. And what do they call those? Where you go, you see a presentation, and because you did that, you get a free stay at a hotel or something. But you have to go to the presentation in order to do that. Crap. Why is that name not like coming to me? It's a certain, what is that? Where like they want you to be the buy into one of their homes and like be a part owner with like 10 other people for one like townhome or something. Crap.
Paying-guest?
What is that called?
Paying-guest?
No, it's not. It's not that one.
Okay.
Oh man, what? Why? It's on the tip of my tongue. Why am I?
Timeshare, motherfucker. It's a timeshare.
Hang, do you know? Fez?
I just
Jake?
said it. It's a timeshare.
Timeshare.
Timeshare! Oh my god. Okay.
Dude, I've sat through those fucking meetings, bro. Like, it is just so bullshit. Like, they're sitting there, like, because me and my girl's family will, like, do them because they have a timeshare. And they offer you, like $100 for one of the, like, doing the presentation because they want to, like, lure you in and buy whatever, like, promotions they have going on. And, like, most of the people go there just to, like, sit there and just go through it. And we're just like, yo, just, like, say what you need to say. And, you know, we're not buying anything. And they do not give up. But, yeah, those are the timeshares.
Perfect. And you know what though? But just to kind of now, thank you, Hank. I needed that. Now to add on to it is having someone actually work there from Airbnb to say, hey, look, if you want, you can get a free small popcorn if you go watch this 15-minute presentation that we can go ahead and put you right there. And then you have to use the AMC app in order to actually, how Hole was saying, to make it interactive. And on the app, then it'll pop up for the coupon for the free small popcorn if they actually go see it and if they get some feedback or something like that. But that partnership can give the data to Airbnb for what they want. Airbnb would need to be the person to kind of give up front the popcorn thingy. I don't know. They might be able to get it at a certain price because they're partnering up together. But I can see that happening there. Whereas for local but it's not even Airbnb. It doesn't even have to be that. You can actually expand that to different things if you wanted to do that, like allowing people to do presentations in AMC that's like that, and they get a free small popcorn just for giving their data if it's like 15 minutes. So you go early before the movie, you have that time, and even though you could be waiting in line, you can actually get a free small popcorn instead while you're waiting, so that way you can go ahead and just redeem it right then and there and then get popcorn for the movie. I mean, that might be something there, so...
Yeah, and you can even have different tiers. Like you could have the 15-minute one that gets you like a free popcorn, and then you have the 30-minute one that gets you like a free movie or something like that.
I have two more ideas, but Jake has his hand up, so I'll wait.
I'm almost done, Jake. I promise. I'm almost done. But yeah, then we'll go to you next. I'm just typing it up. If you want to share the idea, I'm listening still, but I'm just typing this.
Let me know when you want me to go. I'll go. Can you guys hear me? Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. So I got two ideas. First one being, so to preface this idea, I'm very sad that, you know, Ape was supposed to be our entry on Wall Street. Like the apes have arrived on Wall Street. So we got the AMC preferred equity unit. The ape, it symbolizes our presence on Wall Street. There's a potential that ape is going to be converted back into AMC. In lieu of this conversion, I would like to propose as an idea that AMC adopt the ape as the official mascot of the company. So that's idea number one. Idea number two is to acquire, in lieu of what's going on with the reverse split and ape being converted and all that and dilution, I would like for AMC, the corporation, to acquire the Diane Fauci Gorilla Fund and create a permanent, perpetual endowment, a fund to support the efforts of that organization. In perpetuity. Whatever they need, whenever they need it, however many dollars they need to save gorillas and apes, AMC should fund that effort.
All right, so first one, revisit the
At
idea
minimum,
of ape being a mascot.
Yep,
So I got
ape being a mascot.
because I remember that was definitely in the beginning. So idea.
And I would
being a
like for
mascot.
AMC to fund the foundation to the tune of at least $4 billion, which was the amount of equity taken from AMC Common on August 22nd.
Okay, so
let's make
the
it
two that I
happen.
got is revisit the idea for the ape being a mascot. And then the other one is acquire the Diane Fauci Foundation and give endowments in perpetuity. Basically
And fund
for
it
life, but
fund it to the tune of at least $4 billion, which is the dollar value of equity extracted from AMC Commons when we got ape.
well, then do you okay, just so that way I'm making sure it's right. Do you want it
I think that
perpetuity,
would
like
be a fair
forever,
trade.
or the limit being 4 billion?
Yes, that would be at minimum fund it to the tune of $4 billion.
Okay, I get it.
And yep. I mean, it's a fair trade. Listen,
That's a good idea,
supposed
Jake.
to be that we're supposed to be permanently on Wall Street, right? We're here. We're not leaving. Now that ape's disappearing, there is no evidence of any of our efforts.
You see, they can fund it time over time, Jake, and use it as a tax write-off. So, I mean, why not?
Yeah, exactly. So that those are the two ideas. Hope AMC does genuinely look into them, and let's make it happen. All right, let's do some good. That's all I got.
Dope. Okay, in perpetuity, minimum of 4 billion. Got it.
Yes, that's the exact amount that was extracted.
But that's pretty good.
Dude. All right, so we got that one. And Mahol, I'm gonna need you, man, because I'm staring at the computer.
No problem, brother. So far it looks like my hand is on. Yeah. So, the next one I have is we are coming up with credit cards, right? So let's have competition between all the AMC locations. So, like individual location will compete for like how many subscriptions that they get to the AMC credit card, right? So all the credit card applications by the location, right? Let's have something in our system where while they are ringing the food, they'll ask for like, hey, would you like to apply for our AMC credit card? Because, we are coming up with the new one and that's going to have so many rewards and the new stuff that just by using the credit card, you'll be able to either like watch a free movie or you're going to build up the reward program. So, would you like to apply for one? So, that way people will know more about it and more people will apply. And once we have all the numbers, they can see the numbers, like which location got more credit card applications, right? And then divide that by the number of screen. So, that way it won't be like, because somebody is 24 screen, they obviously will get more compared to 10 screens, right? So instead of that, like let's divide that by the number of screens. And then whatever the number comes, whoever did the most number of application for the credit card, everybody at that location, everybody at that location get 5% raise. And out of that group, whoever did the most, that's fine. Tama kar lo beta. Whoever did the most individually, that person get 10%. So, this way, like it will be healthy competition. And GM can look at all the numbers for the different locations, even if they don't belong to that location. So let's say PA, right? We have so many different locations, so many different GM. But if I want to look at like, okay, what is the highest number right now? The top 10. Oh man, I don't even see our theater in the top 10. Then I'll push that to the managers, to the crew, to all the staff, and they will advertise more, like because everybody want to get paid more together, right? So we will be paying only 5% more to one location, but every single AMC location will put so many efforts in pushing this credit card. And you know what? I think the numbers that we will get, that would be huge. So that is the idea here, to have a competition in between the different AMC location, and whoever get the most subscription for the AMC credit card, they receive, 5% raise is my example, but if they have some better incentive, which would encourage employees to do this more, that's absolutely fine. This is just a suggestion. I have another one, but I wait for you to
Yeah,
type
I
it.
kind of modified your idea a little bit, but I did put it in. I put competition between locations on credit card subscriptions based a percentage of applications divided by the number of screens. The top 10% each quarter may be eligible for prizes redeemable through AMC Employees Reward website, because some websites have that where they can redeem rewards. But it's going continuously every single quarter. So then that way everyone can be eligible for it, depending on things. So if one is doing so good, awesome, during this time of year, but then the next one is actually doing better than that one, then it makes everybody eligible for it. But then it's just the top 10% each quarter, that or an increase in wages, because they're doing so good with that. They're getting a lot of individuals to come to AMC to use those credit cards to, get their own reward points. So just a way to motivate the employees to actually want to do that. I'm not sure if anybody else can add to it, but I don't know. What do you think about that, Mo?
Sometimes some companies, they even force employees to say this, when the transaction is happening. So, when employees are forced, performance is not going to be the same as like when they really want to. So, if there is something for them, they'll be like, yeah, man, let's do it. And trust me, you saw that too, right? You work for AMC Theater. I have seen the energy of teenagers. If you use it in the right direction, you can literally do anything. They will do anything for you. So, I think if they are encouraged, the numbers for the credit card will go skyrocket. And as you said, it doesn't have to be just like once. We can do it every quarter, but instead of 5% thing, it can be something different. Okay, I see 4 hands up. Anybody has any input for this idea? Or do you have new idea? If you have any input for this idea, please go ahead and speak. If you don't, then one more. Okay, go ahead, Jake.
I have an input. I think it's a great way to incentivize driving more signups for the credit card. I have noticed recently that they are promoting the new AMC credit card on their digital displays. So I think they're ramping up those efforts. But I really like your idea, Mahul. It's a great incentive and motivating, factor in team building and things like that. A great idea.
Yep. Thanks, brother.
I just thought of Kelly right now. Actually, the wage increases for that, what you're talking about, if they're able to show that they're able to do it, that could be for management. Because I know Kelly was saying that, money isn't a thing for her, but she understands how for other managers, it's tough on them for the wages that they're getting. So that can be an incentive. If it's wages, it comes down to more management, so that way it can be put there. And then the employee rewards website could be for employees that are not in management. But it'll also motivate people to want to get into management because they can have control of their pay if they were to get there.
Yeah, hey, I don't want to hold up time. I was wanting to ask real quick on the Billie Eilish thing. Did they have any numbers for that yet? And a quick question, did they change the theater, like the seating arrangement or anything like that, or was it the exact same? I'm just trying to find out whoever went.
I didn't hear anything about the numbers, but I think that did really, really good. I went to one of my local one, and dude, kids were going crazy. They were having so much fun. They were singing with Billy. They were like dancing. They were jumping, and when people were doing the cell phone light on in the theater, they were literally doing it inside the theater. I was like, instead of watching Billy, I was watching those kids more. I was like, dude, these teenager kids know how to have fun.
Yeah, because somebody brought up that thing like Willie Nelson's having probably his final thing, 90-something anniversary, birthday party, bash, whatever. Man, they definitely need to take advantage of that to see if they could get that in theaters and have an open bar like constantly. Take away the kids in one of them at least and have nothing but adults.
Yo, another thing too, like on the concert ideas that like Ozzy Osbourne just released some like statement about how like his health has declined, so he can't necessarily perform going city to city. So I mean, he said he can still perform. Obviously, he just kind of can't do the traveling. So for all the people that had like tickets for his tour and stuff, if they were able to go to AMC theaters and he could perform in one place and still kind of get that live experience, that could be cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's why I was wanting the numbers on Billie Eilish, see how it turned out, if it turned out, and what percentage are they making more than they would a movie, or so we still got that to find out what's going on.
Yep. I have one more idea, that guy, but I'm gonna go last. Let's take care of everybody else who has new idea. I'll go last.
Got you.
I believe it's the hang loose chaotic calendar. Or I might be wrong.
What'd you say, Alan? I didn't catch that.
Hey guys, thanks for having me up. I just wanted to say I would love to see all AMC theaters that don't already have reclining seats remodeled to make sure that we're operating on like full power as far as everyone getting the best experience that they can. I would love to see that just before we start donating billions to charity. I would like to see us operating at our full potential and make sure everyone's getting the best experience that they can in the theater.
All right, so I'm writing it down as this. It's promote renovations of theaters, so then that way everyone is able to actually go do that. That'll do two things. One, it puts it on the actual idea like, hey, we want people to know that we're doing this, but also it puts pressure to know that they need to get it done within a timely manner. So if you're promoting the renovations of the theater, then it's just like twofold. One, so that way it keeps the actual company in check, but also it's telling everyone, hey, look, we got some dope ass seats. Like, just being honest. But if that's fine, I put it in as a.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, cool. I got that in. Whoever is next. Does anybody know who's next? I'm gonna trust
chaotic.
you guys.
Hi guys.
So
What up?
First, to add to the concert idea, AMC has done that before. It's been a long time. I feel like this had to have been, God, maybe 2015 where I went to the AMC in Arlington, where they have the IMAX, the 3D IMAX theater, and they did. It was a concert series that was only for IMAX, and it was like Dave Matthews, Ben Harper, Ben Folds 5, and Gogol Bordello, and it was amazing. It was so amazing, and they have the bar in there, so they have done it before, and that place was packed, and like it was an exclusive concert tour, quote unquote. Like it was for X number of days over a certain weekend, and it was like in every major city, but it was exclusive to IMAX. And it was packed. It was so much fun.
Okay, I just put it in there as increased partnerships of live performances and marketing of the events from the artist's PR team. So then that way they can go ahead and do that. Because I didn't even know Billie Eilish was playing. But I was seeing it and I'm like, damn, they partying. Like, holy shit. Like, let's get, like, because I saw my whole post that stuff.
Well, I think it would help take away the monopoly that Ticketmaster has.
Yep.
And that's been the big gripe lately, especially with what Taylor Swift, and there was somebody else too, where, I mean, Ticketmaster is really hosing people. Ticketmaster has algorithms that adjust the ticket prices based on demand, and they've just been gouging people for such a long time because of Live Nation and Ticketmaster are the same company. So I feel like it would give musicians a way to like direct offer concerts to fans for a more reasonable price. It takes that power away from Ticketmaster altogether.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's, but I also, I know that the last time I was in one of y'all's idea spaces, we were talking about inclusion of more, and we're more promoting more of the closed captioning. We were talking about closed captioning for movies and all the different ways that we could do that. Well, after we got off the call, I did some research, and it turns out Sony has a headset that they make that it looks like 3D glasses. They work like 3D glasses, but it puts closed captioning in the viewer of the glasses so that no matter where someone turns their head, they can see the subtitles. And it also adjusts for volume, and it will describe if you're, for folks that have vision impairments, it's also an audio device that it will describe what's happening. You can set it a certain way so that it's basically so people don't miss out on watching a movie, even if they have a hearing or a vision disability. Regal already has them. And I think that's probably the most important thing to note. A competitor has a piece of equipment that's better than what we have, and Regal is filing for BK. So like, we can't let Regal Cinemas outdo us on this. It's such an easy thing. And I posted a link in the chat to those glasses so that everybody can see. I'm sure there's a way to get them in our theaters. It can't be that more expensive than the dongle that we have.
I think that's what they're working with on, I wouldn't swear to it, but DreamWorks. I'm not 100% sure.
Do you remember what day that was? Because I'm trying to go back to the idea. If I need to, I'll go ahead and just put in as a new one. But I'm trying to find the old one so I can just modify that one and add on to it.
I'm not sure what day it was, but yeah, it's an extension of that idea. Plus, if we've got, I know that we had that special weekend for AMC inside where the ticket prices were reduced and they like blew the doors off everything. I feel like it would be cool to have special weekend like showings for when we were talking about the sensory showings for kids that have, or I guess kids and people that have different sensory sensitivities. It'd be cool if there was like a family day or whatever where it could be a rotating incentive to go for, like maybe one weekend a month to be like, hey, for this weekend, tickets are X price off for, families or whatever.
Do you mind if I add to yours on the concerts? I was looking at the pricing model of the concert tickets that AMC has, and the tickets are pretty high for what they are. They're roughly around $25, I think it is, for kids. It might be just for adults, but to be honest, I feel they need to maybe reevaluate the price model because a lot of times you can get tickets for $25, $50 anyways. And I mean, even though it is a good experience, it's not the same as a live experience. And I feel that they would get more customers if they found a more attractive price to advertise it at.
I think I paid $45-50 to see the one that I saw, but that was in the special IMAX theater, and it was like $45-50. But I felt like it was worth it. But I mean, it depends on who you're going to see, because $25-50 is not going to cut it if you're trying to see Taylor Swift. But like for a movie, that's perfect. But if you're trying to go see her in concert, good luck. Absolutely, you can't even get in the parking lot for that much.
I get it. It comes to me. It comes down to like how much money did they spend in production value to create their product, and how much money does a movie industry spend to create their product, and then the comparison of price from there. I just feel we would probably get just more people at a more attractive price point. I get it. The prices, it's good revenue. But I am seeing the videos out there, and yes, they are popular, but I feel it can get more crowded. I feel we can put more people in there.
Yeah, what I saw, the way that they kind of formatted it, so the concert was like an outdoor festival show that was already going to happen no matter what. And then there was some kind of exclusive rights deal worked out with IMAX to where it was only broadcast to IMAX theaters. But they weren't spending really anything extra on the production side of it because the show was happening no matter what.
Not only that, but also think from the safety side, right? There are many parents who would be thinking like, oh, my kids, my teenagers, they're not going to New York just to go to the live concert, right? But when they are sending them to their local AMC theater, they would feel much more comfortable, like, oh, it's only 15 minutes from my house. So, and also it costs less. So, it's more safe, and they still going to have the same amount of fun. So, and it costs less too. You don't have to travel. And AMC is not replacing the live experience, right? It's completely different. But at least right now, when they do the live concert and they have the full capacity, after that, it's the fixed income, right? Like, okay, all the seats are sold. Everything we could is done. And even if we want, we can't make more money. Even if there are more fans out there, right? By showing them at AMC theater, it's gonna be like no matter where my fan is, I'll be able to reach them and they will be able to enjoy my live concert. So, showing them on the big screen is amazing new thing. And I think, also it's all up to us, right? AMC can start million new things, but if we don't go, then it's not gonna be successful. So, spread the word and go if possible whenever AMC is starting something new, whether that's NFL game, concert, or anything new, right? But when they see success, only then the thing will keep happening. But if the concert was there and nobody went to the AMC, next time they would be like, okay, should we really get this? Just saying, Go
Hey,
ahead.
Mahal, do you mind if I kind of jump in? Because they are dealing with a topic that I'm pretty familiar with. So Chaotic, I'm grateful that you brought that up about the IMAX. I do remember that. And Wired, I love the idea that you're thinking about, the consumer as far as paying. Just throwing out there that I've gone to different concerts and they're different prices. One of them I went to and I had to pay $100 before I actually got backstage passes as well. So yeah, the prices are, but what they could do is incorporate maybe a connection with the actual artist and say, can we offer them a discount if they're a membership, like an A-list member or something. And you never know, the artist might do something. So that would probably be a way to kind of fit in what Wired was trying to say, is that they could give them, a discount on the tickets, because tickets will run anywhere between, you could be paying $20 at a low event to thousands of dollars, depending on if it's like the Rolling Stones. So
I think Taylor Swift's a good example of what you're talking about. Yeah, I hate to keep using her but she's the one that's probably going to take down Ticketmaster because she has the most in-demand tickets. She's got a lot of good representation. She has a really tight control over her brand. And one of those things is that she does have a Taylor Swift club, a membership club or whatever it is, where one of the reasons why Ticketmaster failed so hard the last time she did a concert tour is because there was supposed to have been a special queue with special early release tickets for just those people, and they completely botched it. People were sitting in queues for days and then getting dropped and having to get back in. Her fans are from the fan club are supposed to get something special every time there's a concert tour, but like Ticketmaster just completely screwed the pooch, and she's super, super mad at them. So Taylor Swift should probably talk to AMC.
So,
the way I see it,
is right. Like when you go to a concert, you have like a personalized experience, right? You have this chance of possibly meeting these people. There's a little bit more, and if we don't want to bring the price point down, maybe we can find a way to customize the experience for the people that show up to AMC Theaters concerts, like a signed poster, just something a little additional to say, hey, this is comparable to going to the concert. Because at this point in time, I don't necessarily see it quite as comparable. So how can we fill that gap?
Put more incentives for people to buy the ticket to go to the show. Maybe a free shirt, something that makes them want to go extra.
How about this? People that get the ticket get access to, backstage live streams, right? They get some backstage access on the screen that people don't get to see at the concert. They get to see everything before and after. Maybe that might be the selling extra.
And they could even.
I'm sorry, Andrew. That'll be awesome because if they can partnership with the person that's doing the concert, right? Then they can have an AMC camera crew, quote unquote, type of thing that it's filming them on the backstage that should be released just for AMC theaters. Some type of partnership like that. So it's very exclusive for AMC, and whoever goes to AMC theaters will only see that. So some type of partnership like that, where you have a person following them prior and after the concert, that would be a nice idea, I think.
I feel the Zoom theaters might be able to do that, and I feel that AMC might go that direction.
Zoom rooms,
and you could even partner with the artist and all their merchandise. Like AMC can set up a merchandise booth for the people that go to the concert. Like they can get their hats, their T-shirts, CDs, whatever. And AMC can take a small percentage of the merchandise sale. And then that guy, if everybody's done on that topic, I got another topic when you're ready.
Okay, cool. So forgive me, that was a lot, and I love it. So I'm doing my best here. But what I got down is increase partnerships, marketing events with artist PR teams, expand the genres, exclusive events that are not premiered in front of a crowd, but only at AMC. Merch booth can also be put up at AMC. Zoom could be used for multiple rooms when doing multiple artists for one event. And that's all I got. I hope I got all that. If I didn't, let me know.
Yeah, no, I think it sounds about right. Yeah, because they can, and then maybe you can even add on to that. If they go to AMC theaters, they can even, and maybe this was mentioned before, but have discounts to future events. If say they've gone to 5 concerts or something, then they get the 6th one free or something like that. Kind of a Brugger's bagel card where you get 10 bagels and then the 11th one is free or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a rehash, How can we get them back to go and keep on watching these events again and again and again? It doesn't only have to be that one artist because music, knows no bounds. Not until you're at a performance, you actually feel the music and actually, have an appreciation for it. So it would be kind of cool to actually have that.
Can they do bracelets instead of tickets too to kind of create that atmosphere?
Ooh, nice. Oh, or how they did for Avatar, where you get the necklace and the little card where it looks like you have a backstage pass.
Yeah, stuff like that for sure. It's like how music festivals, like people get the bracelet to show that they've had a ticket and they're there all weekend, but then people love wearing those things when they go to like the next festival, and then like some people have like 10 wristbands from all like past festivals, so like people enjoy that for sure.
Cool. Added that in. All right. Anything else? Did I forget anything? Anything at all?
Movie crew partnership with the person doing the concert.
And then movie
Or
crew partnership?
AMC streaming. Like a tiny AMC movie crew where they have a partnership with the artist that's going to be playing, so they can follow them around pre-concert. So like that, it can be streamed live or maybe, edited for the AMC people only. So you can see behind the stage, getting preparing, whatever.
Got you. So movie crew partnership from AMC for pre-event showing exclusive behind the scenes.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
I say we should be asking, the community on Twitter and celebrities and, high-end officials and all that have Twitter. Most of them actually do read. They don't respond. Maybe we can ask some of these, content creators, these musicians, what do they want out of it? Because I'm sure their input's really valuable too. So if we can, if you guys do, reach out to your favorite artist, say, hey, AMC's doing this. What would you want? What can we do to make it better for you? And I think that opens up the relationship of communication to where we can create a perfect product. So if you can, maybe do it. They listen. Trust me, they listen. They don't always respond, but they listen.
Yeah, and that could also be applied to like the sports like that gets shown at the theaters. Like AMC crews can get involved with like going to the games, and so like when people go, like the AMC crews can like interview some of the top players on the teams, and then they'll be looking into the cameras and like doing those behind the scenes like Fez was talking about, and like players like Patrick Mahomes or whoever will be like, hey AMC, like moviegoers, what's up, blah blah blah, certain stuff like that.
Bro, imagine if they replace I'm going to Disney World with I'm going to AMC.
Yeah, boy.
Yo.
Actually, I saw one position today at AMC Theater. I think it was program manager or something like that. And they are looking for somebody to handle this individual content thing, So they are going to have a manager. Okay, I have to go to mute.
Chef Drew's on it. Hopefully he gets the position, but yeah.
Hey, I think Jake might want to expand on that, and I definitely want to say something about the artist thing.
Yeah, I have an idea. I don't know if when Hang Loose is done with his idea, I'll go ahead.
Oh, no, you can go because like this is a whole separate new idea. I was just waiting for us to like wrap this one up. So if you're still gonna add on to this one, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm not adding on. I have a new idea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let me finish real quick. We had already talked about them putting in NFTs for the artists with several of them, like a limited edition autograph poster that they could actually, the child or parent or whoever, it doesn't matter, could actually have delivered to their house by paying shipping and handling charges. And to me, I don't see why they wouldn't use that as an advantage. The NFT doesn't cost shit really to make. And what's the autograph cost? Nothing. So take advantage of what we have, and they definitely should be putting out autographed NFTs posters.
I've got a work call at 5:30, so it seems like this is kind of an organic place for me to drop out. Thank you guys so much for having me back in today. When is the next one after this?
It is Sundays and Wednesdays. Sundays it's at 1 Eastern, and Wednesdays 5:30 Eastern.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna start. You'll start seeing me in here pretty much all the time.
Yeah, and if ever you forget, if you click on the AMC Ideas profile, it's right in the bio.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you guys again. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Later.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Let's keep it going. All right, what's up, Hank? I'm in another cell. Let's do it.
All right, right on. So I've mentioned this in like some calls before, but first time for the AMC Ideas group. It's basically whenever there's like new releases that are popular and they have, whether it's like 3 or 4 theaters committed to it and they're all sold out. Because like I've gone to AMC like movies that I wanted to see and show up and all the theaters were sold out. So what they should do is basically find out, okay, which theater has the lowest ticket sales. It might be one of the movies that's been out for like 3 months or something like that. And they've only got like, because I've gone to movies that have had like not even 10 people in it. And they should basically take the lowest, selling theater, and however they got to like, refund people that, might have pre-bought tickets to that or something. We can discuss how they handle people that had, like, if there was like 6 people that had tickets to that movie that were expecting to see it. We can address however they like end up refunding them. But to get the idea forward is find the lowest ticketing sale like movie room, open that up to the movie that's like the new release selling out, because if you open up another theater room, then that could end up having like, say 40 people end up, even if it doesn't sell out, that's like 40 ticket sales versus the like 5 to 10 ticket sales of the movie that's been out for 3 months. So basically anytime a movie like nobody shows up to an AMC theater and gets turned away because all the theaters are sold out. Like as soon as it gets sold out, they open up the lowest ticketing sailed theater room.
Okay, so Mahol, do they have district managers at AMC?
They do. Regional manager.
Regional managers. Okay, so this is how I wrote it down, Hang. I put expand permissions of regional management to rearrange showtimes based on ticket sales, based on demand of ticket sales.
Right, and then it's maybe adding more wording into it to where it's not like rearranging showtimes, but it's about opening up like the lowest selling theater room like of another movie, like whatever room has the lowest number of ticket sales, you replace that theater room or you replace that movie. Like let's say, if it happened to be like Spider-Man's been out for like 3 months and there's only 10 ticket sales, you remove Spider-Man from being shown, and like let's say it's the new Batman movie, and now you replace it with the new Batman movie because Batman's like already fully sold out in the 3 theaters that it was produced or that it was set to play for.
Also, the same way it can be reversed too. Like you just made me think about one suggestion. Like let's say Avatar, right? It was already 5 weeks, and it was busy, but it wasn't busy as like first 5 weeks, right? Now it was week 6, and when I was seeing Plane and Megan and Missing, those movies, yeah, they are small budget, but they were like in demand, or people were talking about it, right? And they were the good movies too. So, all IMAX and Dolby, instead of showing only Avatar in those, if I had Plane in IMAX, I would be like, wow, that would be completely different experience, because audio and all those stuff. So, when they have 5 weeks or 6 weeks for the big movie, they should reconsider to play any of the smaller movie in the IMAX or Dolby instead of keep going with the week 6, and that is the only movie playing in IMAX and Dolby. Just saying,
So
I have a question for you, Mo.
It's a better movie time management, right, in the theaters. That's pretty much like what you're looking for, right?
So
Yep, it's kind of like in demand. If you see people are talking about some other movie, and if you have bigger movie from 6 weeks or 5 weeks, and it's time to like, okay, you know what? Yeah, definitely we still have IMAX for Avatar, but we also gonna share some of the shows with Plane or with Missing or any other movie. You know what I mean? So if I had opportunity to go and watch these movies in IMAX, I would love it. But it was only in digital, and still I went there. But just saying, we
Yeah,
are.
and I think that would be like based on demand too. Like they can, like let the numbers speak for themselves because they'll know like the ticketing counts and everything. And, so if a movie like Megan or whatever that didn't, go on there, if it still has like really high demand, that far down the road, then like, make that call. So it truly can just be a numbers game. They can allow their systems to be like, all right, this has the higher popularity, so we're going to move it into the applicable room. And that's why I think like, all movies are the hottest like when they first come out, like versus, being down the road. So that's why I'm saying like this idea right here is to prevent anybody from showing up to an AMC theater and not being able to get to see the movie that they want to see because it's sold out. Like all AMC has to do is simply open up a new room, and they simply choose the new room based on whatever has the lowest ticket sales. So that's the main idea for this is people will no longer be shut out of movies that they're wanting to see. The AMC will constantly open up a new room until they don't get sold out anymore. Because you can have a super hot movie that, they plan to only have like 3 theaters open for, and then all of a sudden, like if this idea is enacted, then all of a sudden they're like, okay, let's open up a 4th room, and then boom, that 4th room gets sold out, and maybe it gets up to like 6 rooms, and it almost like takes over half the theater. So it's almost just like, hey, if people are willing, it's all about packing these theaters, and if you have a movie to where instead of like simply just 3 rooms got sold out and that was it, if you can end up having like 6, 7 rooms sold out instead of those extra 3 or 4 rooms only having like, a total of 50 ticket sales, like that could really go a long way.
So, Mehul, I got a question for you, Mehul, and whoever worked at AMC theaters. You guys have a POS system, right? A point of sale system, and I'm assuming it's connected to a database.
We have POS system, but I'm not sure about if it is connected to database or not. Because,
Okay.
as a manager, you don't have access to like going that much into that.
Can you guys see people's reservation, I guess, through the computer system?
Actually, when I was working, there was no such a thing as A-list or reservation. So I don't think I was seeing anything like that.
Well, you could, because like when we're buying tickets as just like patrons, we can see how much, the theaters are packed up and what seats are remaining. So like my assumption would be like, yeah, if we can see it, they definitely should be able to see it.
Potentially. I mean, there might be some theaters that aren't necessarily caught up to that. The reason why I ask is because if they do track, which theaters are being, filled up and with how many in their capacity, but also keep in mind that there's you can get assigned seating. You can buy your seat ahead of time. So that does throw a little wrench into everything. So, but I do get your point. And the point I'm moving to is if they are on a POS system that connects to a database, they could technically create a program or some sort of smart intelligence to predict, how to shift people and make it easier for the, managers to choose. It's not going to be specifically on the current demand either. It's going to be on trends and things like that and times. It's going to be a little more advanced than what a manager can do. So it does provide value to an owner of AMC theaters, as part of the franchise. So it helps sell the franchise as well because they'll have that system to manage things for them. It would save a lot of money. Another thought we could add to this is they could start maybe, piloting micro theaters. So basically it's an AMC theater, same square footage, but the theaters are a lot smaller. So there's a lot more micro theaters. And so that allows the system to be able to shift people around more and make it more flexible and maximizing the dollar. So that's maybe something they could think about as well.
I have a question for you, Wired, about the micro theaters. Would they be smaller than the AMC Classics?
I would say half the size. half the size, probably.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. I like it.
Yeah, because that would definitely help with like efficiency, and not utilizing these rooms that have like, max capacity of 100, 200, whatever the normal size theaters are, and advancing just ticket sales in that sense. I think it could really go a long way.
You could offer more variety of content as well. Like some content may not have much of a crowd that follows it, but you want to make sure the theaters are filled that you're showing it in. You're utilizing that square footage, as much as possible. So you have this not popular film playing, but the theater is still filled, right? And I think there's more money when you do that.
Yeah, and I think like to that is like if say they converted like 3 normal sized ones into like 6 or 9, however big they would be, but then you can go from, say that those 3 theaters showed 3 different movies. If you have like 9 micro rooms, now you can maybe show like like 6 different movies, or however you want to adjust the ratio. But yeah, you could offer a more diverse like content.
Yeah, 2 of them are doing the game. One of them's doing a concert. The next one's doing SpongeBob. It can get crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Whenever that guy's ready, I'm ready with my ideas.
Yeah, I'm just trying to write out this micro theater idea for high demand showings. But at least we have it there, and I know Linsky is going to go ahead and review everything with the call again too. So if I mess up, she got this.
Yeah,
appreciate you, Linsky.
Yeah, and to like with like sending the ones to the micro theaters, and I'm pretty sure you already had it written down, but like I said, the main aspect of this is like with the trends moving towards the movies that like are selling out, like making sure people don't show up and can't see the movie that they want to see, that the sold out movies will always like open up a new theater.
All right, I'll go ahead. First, to respond to the previous comment about we should upgrade our theaters to recliners before we donate to the Diane Fauci Gorilla Fund. When Wanda was a majority owner of AMC, they contributed over $500 million per year for theater upgrades. Now, you don't want to upgrade every theater to a recliner because you're reducing capacity and you're reducing concession sales. It's also very costly. You have to shut down the theaters when you're doing this. So it does affect the bottom line. And that's why the whole idea of an AMC, the multiplex that Stanley Durwood came up with was you have choice.
And I have...
No worries. That was just a different profile that pops up.
Dr. Bao, I don't know what you're saying,
It's
but
gone now.
the whole idea behind the multiplex is you have a choice in formats. You keep a payroll, you're not increasing operational costs. And so you have IMAX, Dolby Digital, laser, all of these formats have different configurations. So I don't think that's a valid argument. Furthermore, I'd rather donate my money to the Diane Fauci Gorilla Fund than to Wall Street. And they've already taken our money. So that's a moot point. No more money to the hedge funds. All right.
So bring it all together for it. So then with the renovations, instead of shutting it down, just do the renovations only at nighttime.
No renovations. We're already the largest theater system in the entire world. And we've already done the renovations. We've already acquired different circuits. It's unnecessary at this point. It's not a driving factor of why people go to the theater. You want to drive demand. You don't want to keep expending capital to upgrade theaters when demand is uncertain.
It sounds like Jake says he doesn't want renovations. He wants innovation.
I want an increase in demand and movie going. And the way you do that is you start tracking moviegoer attendance and you convert